So, there has been a large amount of controversy surrounding whether these tests are harmful or helpful to education. Some people claim that these tests can provide a consistent and unbiased measure of student ability, but many question the reliability of these state regulated tests. So, I'm going to go through what are standardized tests and the two main ways I found that these tests can negatively affect students. So, what are standardized tests? Standardized tests have been around for a couple decades. They've been around since the 19th century. These tests were designed to tell whether a student has met the standards of education, and they are regulated state to state. So, every state's standards are going to be different, and every state's tests are going to be different. So, the first way that I found that these tests can negatively affect students is that they can suppress creativity. These tests reward for shallow thinking, which can teach students to be superficial thinkers. And these tests also seek standardized answers, discouraging students from thinking outside of the box. So, these tests essentially teach students to be the same and not different, and they force students to conform to a rigid structure, which can suppress their natural curiosity and imagination, which are essential components of education. Second way I found these tests can negatively affect students is that these tests cannot adequately measure student ability. So these tests can only measure a narrow range of skills, and they only test a narrow range of skills, and they use a very small sample of knowledge of the total things that students learn throughout school. So, attributes such as problem solving and critical thinking cannot be measured by these tests effectively. And they can often overshadow curriculum and instructional practice. Because of these reasons, these tests can misrepresent a student's overall academic performance and potential for future success. A study in 2015 stated that 70% of educators say that state assessments like ACT and SAT are not developmentally appropriate. So, it is essential for executives to seek alternative methods of assessment that more accurately reflect a student's potential, so we can foster a more inclusive and creative educational environment. So, I have here a poll that was done in 2015. It's a poll of the public's attitude towards public schools and standardized testing. So 67% of public school parents say that there is too much emphasis on testing. 14% say that testing is very important. So that's a big difference. Um, so and 66% of parents opposed to using test scores to evaluate teacher performance. So you can definitely see that there is a way larger amount of parents who think that um, there is way too much focus on testing. And then the second one I have here is this actually shows a relation between standardized testing and the dropout rate of students. So the purple line here is the dropout rate, and you can see it increase a lot right here. So, and this is from grade 9 to 12. So you can definitely see that standardized testing has a really big impact on dropout rates. So it is very evident that standardized testing has significant drawbacks that can negatively impact students, educators, and the overall quality of education. Um, so the pressure associated with these tests can cause undue stress and anxiety among students, and I have definitely experienced that firsthand. It can be very stressful and discouraging when you don't get the score that you wanted. So There are many alternatives that can provide a more comprehensive evaluation of student abilities. So it is crucial that we care about this issue to ensure that all students have the opportunity to succeed and thrive in their educational journeys. So thank you for listening.